All right, if you're watching this video, you probably are in the gaming space. You probably, know about games, and you've heard about the recent thing of PlayStation, not making physical disc anymore. I think it's like 2028. Basically, they're getting rid of physical media, and a lot of people aren't happy. And so Tommy NFG, my internet twin, you guys say I look like, somebody said I was reacting to myself in the last time I watched this guy's content. So yeah, he made a video called The Sad Death of Physical Media. So we're going to check it out. Apparently he isn't happy about it. I don't think anyone is. Like, knowing that you cannot buy a box anymore is pretty sad. Like, people were mad about GTA not having a box. I wasn't, or not having a disc. I wasn't that mad because they have a box still. But like, getting rid of boxes and, just having like nothing, like GTA 5, for example, it had the map in it, had all the cool stuff. But it looks like we're just about to be buying games off of the PlayStation Store, which is quite sad. So yeah, I thought I would check out this Tommy NFG video. I'll leave his video below in the description. Go check out my main channel and the gaming channel, and join the Discord. Links are all down there. And check out my socials. And yeah, let's check out how the physical media as a whole is dying. Because I mean, like, if we talk about like just physical media in general, like CDs, DVDs, no one uses those anymore. So it's already been happening. We just haven't really noticed. But yeah, let's check it out.
Picture this. It's Tuesday, September 17th, 2030. I want you to picture this. It's Tuesday, September 17th, 2013. I'm saying picture this like most of my audience watching this wasn't children or too young to remember this night. Low-key me included, but F it. It was a crispy September day, just like every other September day. Most people were going on with their regular lives, either going to school or work. But that night, humanity was gonna change and never be the same. GTA 5 was dropping. People were lining up hours before the release at midnight, making sure they called off school.
I think I was like 7 years old when I was born in 06. I think I was like 7 years old when GTA 5 came out. I remember it. I have slight memories because I had an older cousin who was into video games, and he wouldn't stop talking about it. So that's how I remember. I do remember playing GTA 5 at like 8 years old, like just hearing a bunch of cuss words and seeing graphic stuff at 8 years old. So I was definitely introduced to gaming at a very young age. So yeah, I was there for GTA 5 at least.
To bask in all of its gloriness for at least the full day. News reporters came out to interview people with their pre-game thoughts.
And the thing is, if GTA 6 had a physical disc, the lines would be even crazier.
On how
it's crazy to think all these guys and girls right here, all these people are like in their 40s, 50s probably.
Was like, gonna be when the doors.
And who is that reporter right there? My God.
Reporters.
All these men, like this guy is probably like an unk right now. Like his hair is probably gone.
Review people with their
like that guy. He looks young. He's probably like 35, 40. It's crazy.
Pre-game thoughts on how the game was gonna be. When the doors finally opened, people stampeded in like it was their final day on Earth. This was what people now call simpler times. Skip to a date that hasn't happened yet. Thursday, November 19th, 2026. The lines are empty and no one is
Thursday, November 19th. Yeah, I think people will still buy. Like I'm gonna go and buy the physical copy of GTA 6, just because I want the hardback copy. I hope it has a map in it and things like that. Maybe I can get the map leaked before, I'm sure Rockstar, had that figured out already. But I just want the physical game. I don't care if it don't got a disc in it. Because I know Rockstar is not gonna, or I know PlayStation is not gonna disable. Like people are always like, oh, they can disable your games whenever they want. They're not gonna disable GTA 6. If they do that, their company is gonna be lit from the ground up. So they're not gonna disable GTA 6. So I'm not really caring about the code. I just want the box. But I think there will still definitely be people waiting outside of like Best Buy and GameStop to get the physical copy, even if it don't have a disc. I think people are just blowing it out of proportion how mad they are. But Sony getting rid of disc as a whole, that is that's a little too crazy.
Waiting for some reason. The reason why? Rockstar has announced they're officially ditching a disc copy and GTA 6 won't come with one. And Sony clarified even more that they won't produce any more discs for PlayStation consoles starting officially in January 2028. Meaning the era of console discs, having a collection to flex on your friends with the magic game binder, showing how much you're better than those bum-ass because you have a bigger collection than them, is officially dead and has basically solidified that this century will be the end of most physical media. And I'd be lying to you if I said it doesn't break my heart. At least to me, this seems like Gen Z's first thing to see phased out and humanity evolve past it. And really, it's every generation. Everyone other than Gen Alpha always grew up with physical media around them.
You will own nothing and you will be happy.
We all remember going to Redbox and renting a movie, then...
Oh man, I used to rent games out of there. I used to get my moms to rent me video games out of there.
Forgetting to return it and hoping your lawyers don't knock on the door. Or seeing ads about GameFly and thinking it was the future. I actually don't know a single soul who used it, but I assume the company went bankrupt.
I've never even heard of GameFly. Video game rentals? Rent? Yeah, that's totally not a good idea. Allowing people to rent video games online. Yeah, good luck getting that game back.
The same way as
no late fees? Are you serious?
Don't know a single soul who used it, but...
No late fees, free shipping. Yeah, that company was either going to be successful and a $1 billion company or bankrupt, and it looks like they went bankrupt.
But I haven't heard of the company went bankrupt the same way as Redbox because no one returned stuff. One of the first things that pops up in people's minds with
Redbox, just letting people have games. Don't forget to bring back the game, and then no.
Physical media diminished from society is you will own nothing and be happy. The origin of it is so wild for people that don't know it. It comes from the World Economic Forum, which is basically an international organization with the biggest leaders and people who shape the world, where they try to find solutions for the world to quote-unquote improve it. I get this is supposed to be a positive organization in theory. All I think of when I see pictures like this though is the Kotsky photo with all of them menacingly looking at the camera. They made a presentation in 2016 saying you will own nothing and be happy, where they say products are replaced by services, and people will need to rent or share everything they need. The worst quote by far is from the presenter who did it.
Rent? You gotta rent out our lives now? You will own nothing and be happy. That is crazy. That is a crazy thing to say as like a CEO or whatever this guy is. Imagine not being able to own, I recently seen Xbox is allowing people to rent consoles or like pay them monthly installments. Yeah, finance your Xbox. Pay $5 a month and then end up paying double the cost of it because you're paying for you're financing it.
Said, welcome to 2030. I own nothing, have no privacy, and life has never been better. Imagine saying this with a straight face thinking everyone's gonna be like, sounds great. They basically pitched what Plankton did in the SpongeBob movie and hoped for a positive reception. And Loki, as time goes on, they kind of SpongeBob movie and hoped for a positive reception. And Loki as
I was low-key thinking of this too, the all hell Plankton thing. That's crazy.
Imagine saying this with a straight face thinking everyone's gonna be like, sounds great. They basically pitched what Plankton did in the SpongeBob
all hell Plankton
movie and hoped for a positive reception. And
all hell U.S. government.
Loki, as time goes on, they kind of weren't wrong with the timeline. Everything past 2016 has turned more and more into subscriptions. I mean, for God's sake, they're releasing a car where in order to get the full horsepower of it, you gotta pay a subscription. Imagine paying $100,000 for a brand new car and the company
what are we in Roblox?
Forces a subscription so you can use the full capabilities of it. Privacy concerns start to become worse as governments create more and more surveillance. The ultimate problem with physical game copies going away is the actual ownership. Because some people will defend it saying, who cares anyways, we all buy digital copies now. And I will say that is true. A majority of people aren't driving to the store to buy every brand new game.
I mean, they do that, but for console gamers, most of them, some of them don't. You know, people that use PC, I use Steam a lot. Most of my games are in Steam. If Steam goes down, I can't play 90% of the games. Forza Horizon 6 is a really popular game that I just bought. Well, not just bought. I bought it when it came out. But, if that game got locked, I would not be able to play it because I don't own it physically. But that's the gamble you take with Steam. And Steam is a great company. The CEO of Steam is a great guy. You know, he isn't a money hungry. I mean, he's a CEO, so of course he's money hungry. But, as opposed to other companies, he's actually one of the more fair. And I love Steam as a company. But people, I own a PlayStation. I have a PS5 Pro. I spent like $90 on a disk drive. You know, like I have a disk drive for no reason now. Only, I mean, I have like a few DVDs, but like I want to put games in there. I wanted to put GTA 6 in there, but no, that's not happening.
Game that comes out. But when you buy games at a lot of these companies, you're never actually owning the game. If you buy a game from the PlayStation Store, Microsoft Store, Nintendo Store, and yes, even Steam Store,
you rent it.
They're all licensed and not owned, unlike a physical copy. Most of the time, it may not be a problem to have the digital copy, but best believe when there is a problem, there's essentially nothing you can do and you're at the mercy of these companies. Nothing proved this more in 2023 with PlayStation and their Discovery TV controversy. Back in 2023, Sony told its users that because of a licensing disagreement with Discovery TV, that anybody who purchased Discovery TV shows or movies would have the content removed as Sony wouldn't have the license anymore. And there were some pretty big shows on that list, including Mythbusters, Cake Boss, and Naked and Afraid, How It's Made. In total, it would have been 1,318 seasons of TV shows.
So you just like lost you didn't get like compensated. Hey, here's a free game. Here's a $50 gift card. Like that's what most companies do. Like, oh, congratulations, employee of the month. We know you work you to death, but here's a $50 gift card.
Completely wiped from anybody who owned them. Imagine being that one dude that bought like 50 seasons of different shows. I would have crashed out and wreaked havoc at Sony HQ. When this happened, it confirmed everything true.
Bro, I swear the gifts this guy used is crazy or hilarious.
Did that
like, I need to I'm taking inspiration from my own content. Like I do use gifts sometimes. I need to find out where he gets his, man.
At any moment could completely fry a product you quote unquote own. And there would be a more than likely chance you wouldn't get a refund. Now, luckily, because of all the backlash they got for this, Sony announced they reached an agreement, so everyone kept their stuff, but that's just for now. Funny thing is, doing research for this video, last month Sony told all its UK users that 551 movies and TV shows for a company named Studio Canal are getting removed in September 2026 because they're losing the license. This one didn't make as much noise, so they probably didn't care to fight it and let it die. But I hope y'all know this is just gonna happen more and more. So even if you're not someone that cares about physical media,
I feel like they're gonna start like actually intentionally removing licenses
much anymore. You should understand why it's needed. It's also happened for games, like a game called The Crew, for example. Ubisoft sold the game for full price to people, and after it didn't do as well.
The Crew 2 is a banger. I've never played The Crew, but The Crew 2 is really, really fun. And then The Crew Motorsport was really fun too. The graphics are really good.
Well as they wanted. They decided to delist it in 2023, and in 2024, they shut down all of the servers. Then right after that, they started yanking the license from people with 0 refunds. This is why they don't want shit in person, because if that was me, I'm not going down with
That's insane. The company took their game down because it didn't do good in sales. Like... That's insane.
I'm gonna tell a Ubisoft employee to square up and fight for my copy. I'm keeping it, goddammit. Then instead of hitting people with
I think Ubisoft has to be like one of the most hated companies ever, bro. Like everyone hates Ubisoft.
An apology, maybe giving them refunds for something they bought. Ubisoft doubled down, telling people that you can't complain about what they did because you never owned it. I mean, they're not even hiding the...
Yeah, I mean, they're not wrong, but that's savage, bro.
Can't complain about what they did because you never owned it. I mean, they're not even hiding the agenda at this point. This more rigged than a referee in any World Cup game Messi plays. Because of all of this happening, people have come up with a slogan to fight back. If buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. Whoever made this gotta get 5 golden stars, because there's no defense these companies can say. Whenever someone downloads a copy of their game and doesn't buy it, they say it's illegal and the person should be fined because it's stealing. But when you buy something that's bought with the thought of its ownership, they can take it away and say you never own it.
No, because in the sneaky text, the privacy policies and whatnot, it's gonna say you don't own this game and we can take it from you whenever we feel like it.
They're pretty much that meme of the person spamming easy, and as soon as they get one clap back, they say you're being toxic. At the end of the day, no one is buying these game copies thinking it's just a rental. If you wanted to rent it, then you would just rent it. The reason I say this is because you'll see people defend these companies saying,
well, you should have just read the terms.
Yeah, tell that to Facebook when you don't read their 200 pages of terms and conditions. Then when they sell your personal data to like 100 different companies just to come back saying you should have just read the terms. After that company
sold your data
gets hacked who bought your data.
I think people nowadays don't care that your Dota. I just made a new word. Your Dota. Your data is being sold. Like, I think everyone just subconsciously knows it. So it's like, well, what can I do? You know, it's like I'm not really doing anything illegal. I mean, so like, why would I like stress about, oh my God, they're selling my information? But like, it isn't all about just illegal. It's you know, a lot of your private
Now,
info.
all
So.
your emails and passwords are leaked. That's actually how it works a lot of the times, by the way, but nah, it's your fault for not reading 200 pages of dog shit. The company who maliciously sold your data for profit is not at fault at all. Worst part is you couldn't even successfully sue these companies because they're technically right. You signed an agreement saying you just licensed the product and don't own it. This wouldn't be as much a problem if these companies gave refunds all the time or required it. I think it still would be good.
How much money is in this one picture? Bro, there's like at least $80 trillion in this one picture right
Much
here.
a problem if these companies gave refunds all the time or required it. I think it still would be
That
good
is-
to have a problem if
That is the most CEO laugh I've ever seen.
these companies gave refunds all the time or required it. I think it still would be good to have a physical game in case it gets taken off shelves for archive reasons, which physical copies help with. Like, as an example, Steam is probably the most nice when it comes to this. There was a John Wick game that they decided to
And Steam also does like really fair refunds. Like if you buy a game and you genuinely don't like it an hour in, you can just get your money back. Like I've never had a Steam game. I've never had Steam like reject my refund, request.
remove, but instead they delisted it from Steam, and people who bought the copy still have that copy so they can play the game when they want to. Steam so far hasn't had some incident like Ubisoft or Sony, but to be fair, who knows what will happen in the future. Also, another thing people don't think about is how much used games help people. If everything is digital, you're not gonna have the classic
Facts.
of being broken down bad. Then buying some
You can't even go to a secondhand store. Like what's gonna happen to like, I don't know, like all the small secondhand shops that own video games? Like what happens when they shut those servers down? They can't be in business. Like no one's coming to buy games anymore. It's like, my God.
used copy that may have had some rip marks on the box and suspicious stains. Hey, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20, as the saying goes. It made you as the buyer have more power because you could buy a new game when it comes out for 60 bucks, then maybe resell it for $40 or trade it in, and get the next new game for half off. It was pretty much its own economy, and it was a win-win. You had a used game that you could sell to somebody that never played it for cheaper, and you could take their money and trade it in for a newer game. I understand that GameStop would give you a solid 90% less money than what the game costed if you traded it in with them. But shit, some money back is better than no money.
Yeah, then they resell it for like double.
You could also lend games to your friends or trade games with your friends. Hopefully have them actually give the game back, or y'all were not on speaking terms until further notice. I still haven't talked to this in 3rd grade that never gave my SpongeBob movie game back to me. Hope he's doing terrible in life. For a lot of poor kids, this will be their Game Pass and main way they got games. The best bet they have now is if the game studio decides to put games on sale, or getting the Xbox
Or if that ever happens again. Or yeah, the Game Pass, I heard the CEO of Xbox is doing work over there. I heard she dropped the price from like $30 to like $22, which I mean, if we're looking at it like from 2020 Game Pass when it was like $10, it's not that good, but in this economy, I guess it's not
Game
bad.
Pass.
And you get to rent. You're basically renting any game you want, out of like a library of like 400 games, which is amazing.
Which
Because you can just play whenever you want.
even that won't have everything they want.
Until your subscription runs out.
These are
But-
known to keep game prices high no matter how old the game is. Removing physical copies is only to benefit the companies themselves. It's not like they even have to make a mass amount then they have them potentially not sell on shelves. They could make them on order and ship them to people, but they're choosing not to because they know what's smarter for money. I'll end it off with, even though things like this happening are sad, I don't think physical media is truly out yet. People will always appreciate physical value of media, and a lot of people are even fighting back by getting more physical things. An example is vinyls, which saw an increase of more people buying them, even though
I think vinyls.
more physical things. An
I think
example
people started buying vinyls because of the aesthetic. Like people LARP. Like I know people that have vinyls that don't even have a record player. It's like I have vinyls in my background. You guys know this already, but like I feel like people buying vinyls is like an aesthetic now. It's like, oh yeah, I have vinyls. I bought this album that I know 2 songs off of. It's like I don't even have a record player, but you own a vinyl, but you don't even have a record player. It's like it's just for the aesthetic at that
those
point.
vinyls, which saw an increase of more people buying them. Even though it's mainly for the aesthetic and not to take out the big ass disc and play music on it, it's better than nothing, alright? At least people are buying physical media. Also, people are still buying things like manga or books because they want
Yeah.
a cool looking collection. So
The companies are gonna come take our physical games soon. They're gonna be like, all right, having physical games is illegal, so we're coming to take them. Dude, that would be insane.
humanity hasn't fully given
The fact like all of me doesn't believe that that might not be a thing one day. Like I was joking, but like part of me believes that honestly might come maybe not in the same way, but it might actually be true one day.
up to digital media yet. And my hope is we could have a good balance of both, because if we had all digital media, I hope y'all know these companies will be the most scummy, greedy pieces of all
Oh
the
yeah.
time.
And they're not putting anything on sale anymore. They're gonna hike the prices because they know only you can only buy from them. You can only buy from the source. You can't get it anywhere else. So there's God, companies are so greedy. Man.
Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
All right. Banger. Another banger from Tommy. All right, yeah. Physical media, like he said, isn't gone fully, but it's definitely seeming like it's disappearing. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you a physical person? Do you not care? Do you not even play video games? Because I know there's a lot of people that's watching this that probably don't even play video games. So let me know in the comments what you think. And until next time, hope you have a great day and peace out.